Let's talk NC State. Let's talk a close win over Virginia, down 10 at half, storm back, take the lead, then hold on for dear life at the end. I have to give credit where credit is due. The thing that State, I think, has struggled with mightily is, and I'm talking about like on a big scale for a while, is killer instinct, putting teams away, right? Sensing the moment. Now, I'm not here to say that they slammed the door on UVA because they didn't, right? UVA had the ball down on the goal line. If Chandler Morris makes a different throw, they may have scored a touchdown and won the game. But he didn't, right? And NC State held on. But there's one particular decision that makes me think things might be a-changing. Fourth quarter, 4-point lead for State, facing a fourth down at their own 28-yard line. This is a very obvious, if it were 1997, everybody is punting, right? They're not even thinking about it. The punter is 3/4 of the way to his spot in the middle of the field before the coach even calls for the punt team because everybody knows they are punting like that. But in a world where analytics are getting better and you're learning what going for it on fourth down means and you're learning, that punting doesn't actually gain as much as you'd think, he kept his offense out there. And not only that, he threw out a young quarterback in a quarterback run package, ran for it, and picked up the first down. That is a decision that shows, I think he was sensing the moment. And I think he sensed a knockout blow could come that way. And he went for it. And they backed him up. They picked up the first, didn't get points on the drive, but took more time off and increased their team's chances of winning. That is, at the bare minimum, something that needs to be applauded. At the bare minimum, giving your players a chance to win the game on the field and aiding them with your decisions and things like going for it on fourth, knowing if you don't pick it up, you've just put yourself in a hole, right? They're already in scoring position and there's still plenty of time on the clock. But here's the crazy part. It's not just showing faith in Will Wilson, the young quarterback you put out there to run. It's not just showing faith in your offensive line to move the line of scrimmage and pick up the first down. That's not just it. You're showing faith in your defense. That if they're put in a severely disadvantaged situation, right? If UVA takes over at the 28-yard line or 27, 29, whatever yard line, that they will hold them to a field goal. That they'll get the stop. And it's showing faith in C.J. Bailey, your young quarterback, knowing if we don't get this and they score a touchdown, now we're down 3, and you have to go out there and score a touchdown to win the game, a field goal to tie it. It is such a little thing that just invokes so much confidence. And actually, do you know who I thought of immediately? And it actually aged poorly based on how they played later on in the weekend. I thought of Dan Campbell. How Dan Campbell made a bunch of stupid, I'm going for it on fourth down decisions when he was first taking over the Lions, right? Even the analytics crowd that is always saying to go for it was going Dan Campbell's going to it way, way, way more than even we would, right? But every single time in the postgame, whether they got it or didn't get it, Dan Campbell was saying, I have confidence in my guys. I have confidence in my offense. I have confidence in my quarterback. And then over the next, 3 or 4 years, all you saw was the Lions believe in themselves more and more and more and more until, and I'm not making this up, the Detroit Lions were like the swaggiest team in the league last year.
Yeah, they really were.
The Detroit Lions were the most self-confident team in the league last year. That alone is a lesson to be learned, right? So now, State, and I'm not saying that they didn't believe in themselves or whatever, but the next time they're in a situation like they are or like they were against ECU, up 17-0, and they need to slam the door, maybe this is one of those moves where, amongst many other things, they have the swag to go chase the blowout, chase the knockout. going for it on fourth down just elicits so much confidence. I was listening to an interview with John Harbaugh, head coach of the Ravens, which, again, bad time to talk about the way he manages things after they gave up a horrendous come-from-behind loss and a bunch of stats about how he's managed since he took over have gone viral. But he does the ask Lamar thing a lot. It'll be 4th and 3. He knows, right? The coach knows whether he wants to go for it or not. And during a timeout in front of the team, he'll go and be like, hey, Lamar, what do you want to do? Lamar's like, I want to go for it, coach. All right, you got it. Coach, call the play, and sends him on out there. Like, it's 100% a staged event. No quarterback is ever going to go, probably punt it away. I don't know. How's the kicker's leg feeling? Maybe we'll go with the long field goal.
Yeah, coffin corner this thing, coach.
No, it's like, but doing that in front of the team shows you believe in your quarterback. It shows your quarterback believes in them. It shows everybody believes in the offensive coordinator. That trust is so wildly important. And when it doesn't happen, when that trust isn't there, when it's 4th and 1 and a first down seals the game and you punt it, you're telling your offense they can't get one. They won't get one. We're scared you can't. We're scared you won't. So I'm looking at Dave Doeren going, that's killer instinct, that's confidence, that's a lot of things that I didn't see in the ECU game, all wrapped up into one seemingly insignificant 4th down decision against Virginia that I think could pay dividends. Now the next thing is Dan Campbell didn't do it once.
Mm-hmm.
He does it darn near every time.
Oh, yeah.
He's always instilling faith and confidence in his team, and Dave Doeren has to continue to double and triple down. If you give it all back next week and you don't do it next week, it's completely lost.
And it's really is opposite of the narrative that we've seen oftentimes regarding Dave Doeren about him being conservative. Yeah. 4th and 1, like you said, in your own territory like that in that kind of game.
If it was the other 28, I'm not doing the speech I'm making.
Yeah, that's different.
Like it was, if you put your team in a bad situation if you don't get it, and he didn't entertain that concern.
And props to the team for executing too.
And then you back him up.
Yeah.
Then you got to back him up.
That's the thing as well. It's like, coach, hey, I believe in you. Go do it. Now it's on me.
Yeah, you can't fumble the snap and then kick it around. You can't. You
can't do that.